Welcome back to the third edition of On the Fly. With 9 of last year's volleyball team's valuable seniors leaving, this year's varsity volleyball team boasts new and improved players. Follow Wu as he introduces one of the setters of the varsity team and shares what it takes to be a varsity volleyball player.
I started volleyball when I was in middle school to try a new sports, and then I enjoyed the sports, so I kept on playing volleyball. And in 9th grade, I was in junior varsity volleyball. There are multiple ways that people or other aspects can shake your mentality. So I think having a strong mental is definitely the most important aspect of being in a volleyball team. And starting from 10th grade, I was in varsity volleyball, and currently I'm in varsity volleyball too. I think the setter is very important because it controls the rhythm of the team, such as hitting the ball. So when the hitters start a game, before the game, we all have to get in the same rhythm so we can have a successful game. I think our current team is really strong, and we have a lot of potential. I know students in CAS doubt our team right now because 9 seniors left last year. I'm really proud of our team, and I think our team will do really good. And volleyball is a really fun sport once you get the hang of it. And I think anyone can enjoy the sports volleyball because it's very easy, and once you get the hang of it, it's very fun to play.
PowerSchool's grading system has been revamped recently. Answering students' questions, Ms. Keller explains these changes and its effects on student learning.
What has changed in PowerSchool is a lot of the things in the way we display grades, not necessarily in how the grades are calculated or the kinds of work students are doing in their classrooms in order to get those grades, but just how we display them. So one of the main things is that grades are now displayed in percentages across the board, and a big reason for that was a push for consistency. So we would have some teachers who might use letter grades, some teachers who might use scores, and other teachers who might use percentages, but we wanted a way that could transfer from class to class to class. I hope that it causes really good conversations for students to understand what their learning is all about. So yes, the reality is grades are important, and as we work towards senior year and towards applying for colleges and universities, those grades do carry some weight and they go with us for whatever plans we have after. But what I want students to really think about is how you get to those numbers and how you arrive at those. I would emphasize that it's really important to keep up the good relationships with your teachers in terms of grading and assessing. I think students often worry that if they have a conversation with teachers that it's going to impact them negatively, or somehow it'll affect their grade in that class, and that's not true. All of our teachers are very open, they want to be transparent, they want to give as much information for students because we're all really on the same side. We all want our students to be successful. So if as a teacher I can give you information about what you can do to continue to grow and improve, I think it's a win-win for all of us. So encouraging students to reach out if they've got questions, to seek clarification, and then to really take that advice and use that, because teachers are trying to be as precise and as targeted in their feedback as they can in order that we promote student growth, because that's our number one goal.
Mock Trial is a popular club with over 30 members, but very few people know about its humble beginnings. Join Jennifer as she finds out how Mock Trial became what it is today.
Join Mock Trial!
So at Mock Trial Club, we do many things to prepare ourselves for the actual tournament, and we do something called a 1/3 trial, which we actually get the opportunity for attorneys to cross their witnesses and for witnesses to actually experience what it's like and how it feels like to be in trial. We also learn different kinds of objections and how to prepare cross blocks to actually get prepared for the tournament that comes up in the spring.
So CAS Mock Trial Club has started out really small, and as years passed by, it grew really big. So, for example, this year 43 people wanted to join the Mock Trial Club. So the officers had to actually confer with the admin to let more people in because it actually exceeded our limits by a lot.
In the past mock trial competitions, the KIS team has definitely left a lot of legacies and impact in mock trial. I mean, we've qualified in the past few years for the nationals competition by placing first in the Korea Mock Trial Association competition, and that's how they qualified to reach the nationals competition. a lot of our upperclassmen have accomplished so much, and I think that it's our responsibility and duty to continue on with that legacy and to build the mock trial club more bigger.
We prepare for not like 1 month, but like at least 2 months. And in this process, we really get to know each other, despite whatever age difference you have. As people who are 2 years older than me, they act like complete best friends to me right now. And so I think that's really cool. I say that after working with your team, you're no longer just a team anymore. You're no longer just a mock trial team, but you're more like a family.
I wish that a lot of people join mock trial club next year.
Join mock trial!
While there were many students who performed during the EE trip, this year's seniors would undoubtedly choose Stevens as the most unforgettable. Let's follow Ellie as she reveals the backstory of his performance.
The art of performance is unexplainable through words. The effort, passion, and presence of a singer wholeheartedly touches millions of audience. And where do all these talented people start from? Courage. The courage to come out and reveal their talents, well displayed by Stephen Lee, a senior who came out and made a legendary performance during his last EE trip.
The person that inspired me to start singing was my mother, because she was an opera singer at one point of her life. So she ended up showing me a lot of like musicals and operas and musical movies like Les Miserables or Phantom of the Opera. So because of that, I started like singing on my own time. Well, I wasn't planning on doing it, but like the day before, like my roommates were encouraging me to do it. So I ended up just doing it, especially because they were cheering me at the very beginning. So I was like, you know what, why not? So I just ended up doing it. I actually did notice that they were using the flashlights to cheer me on. I was like, it actually was what helped me keep going on and actually helped me overcome my nervousness. I guess it showed me that people do enjoy me singing, I guess. It encourages me to try and do more of these in the future. Say the thing he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way.
Every sports team at KIS has captains that they can rely on. Follow Claire as she looks into the process of rigorous preparation cheer captains go through before the season.
Hi, I'm Sophia, I'm a senior.
I'm Jihi, I'm a senior, and we're this year's varsity cheer captains. Being a cheerleader is like being a leader of the crowd.
When everybody else may be like tired, you're the person with that energy and it's giving off that energy to bring people up
like
to the same level.
Like fire. Like
Burning.
Cool. Making choreography is so difficult.
Since all of the cheer routines are so fast-paced and kind of rigorous, like everything's so packed together, it's also not just about dance, but we also have to think about all of the formations, having the jumps in there, having the stunts in there.
It's like creating puzzle pieces and putting them together. It's kind of pretty difficult. How did I feel like when I first became a captain? It was like excitement and plus like a lot of responsibility that I had to take.
Same as G, I was both excited but also felt that like weight of responsibility and of having to really work throughout like next year, which is this year now, to have the best season as possible.
Not a lot of teachers or cleaners are aware of how to take care of the unhealthy plants around school. Join Minnie as she interviews Ms. Hopkin, introducing us to the eco-friendly ways to take care of our plants.
I mean, over summer, right, there was no one to take care of them.
So the plants that I grow in my room, I grow a little bit of a variety, but most of my plants are, especially for classrooms, you want something that likes shade and are cool growers. One problem we encounter here when teachers leave their plants over the summer, as you know, our school is not climate controlled, so it's not at the same temperature at all times. So in the summer, basically, you don't have a lot of air conditioning going on. These are pothos, also known as devil's ivy. I kind of like the devil's ivy term better, but they don't like direct sunlight, and they put all of these plants, all this type of plant, out in the the courtyard between the middle and high school building. Direct sunlight all day. A lot of teachers were very unhappy when they came back. It depends on the season. So over winter, they're not going to need as much water, but over winter break, they do need to be watered really well before you leave, because they will die and dry and start drying out because it'll be cold in here, number one, because they're not going to run the heat in teachers' classrooms. And of course, research. You can use a Google image search. If you don't know what plant it is, try Google image search. So take a picture of it and go to Google Images and see if you can find out what it is and figure out what its needs are.
Tomorrow is the Fall Pep Rally. Come out and show your Phoenix spirit by supporting our volleyball team, cross-country team, and tennis team as they face our biggest rival, the SIS Tigers.
Parent-teacher conferences are coming up on October 31st and November 1st. High school teachers are looking forward to meeting each of your parents.
That was all for this week. This was Woo Young
and Lucas
for On the Fly.